Davy Crockett. The smallest nuclear weapon system ever deployed in combat. This tiny destructive marvel was developed during the Cold War to give American infantry troops the ability to launch a tactical nuclear strike without air support or heavy artillery. Weighing only 51 pounds in the M28 model, it was essentially a recoilless rifle mounted on a tripod or jeep. Its M388 projectile contained a W-54 warhead that produced a blast of just 10 to 20 tons of TNT, minuscule by nuclear standards, but still capable of annihilating an entire battalion. The maximum range was only 2.5 miles, which meant operators were dangerously close to the lethal radiation zone of their own weapon. Between 1,961 and 1,971, approximately 2,100 units were produced and primarily deployed to protect the border between West and East Germany against a possible Soviet invasion. Soldiers operating the system called it the suicide weapon due to the proximity of detonation. None were used in combat, but tests in the Nevada desert contaminated areas that remain radioactive to this day. Ironically, the weapon named after the legendary American frontiersman who died at the Alamo represented a last line of defense against overwhelming forces, a last resort that, if used, would have marked the beginning of total nuclear conflict. The smallest atomic weapon in history, the Davy Crockett, represented the thin line between conventional warfare and nuclear annihilation. W-76 is one of the most common nuclear warheads in the American submarine arsenal. Developed by Los Alamos National Laboratory in the 1,970 seconds, this 100-kiloton thermonuclear warhead continues to be the backbone of U.S. submarine nuclear deterrence. Each W-76 weighs approximately 362 kilograms and features a compact design that allows multiple independent re-entry vehicles on a single Trident missile. The precision of this weapon is remarkable, with a circular error probable of only 90 meters after traveling more than 7,400 kilometers. A single W-76 carries explosive power equivalent to 7 times the Hiroshima bomb, capable of instantly vaporizing structures within a 3-kilometer radius. The W-76-1 life extension program added new components and increased its operational lifespan beyond 2040. These warheads equip Ohio-class submarines, true submerged fortresses that can remain undetectable for months. Interestingly, the W-76 uses the concept of a boosted fission primary, where small amounts of tritium and deuterium significantly amplify the efficiency of the initial detonation. The U.S. Strategic Command maintains approximately 1,600 of these operational warheads, with each Trident submarine able to carry up to 192 of them distributed across 24 missiles. The constant modernization of this weapon demonstrates an immutable fact. Even as Cold War technology, the W-76 remains one of the most lethal weapons ever created by man. The B61 Mod 12, the latest evolution of the B61 family, representing the pinnacle of American tactical nuclear flexibility. Developed by Sandia National Laboratories, this precision weapon officially entered the arsenal in 2022, replacing 5 previous variants with a single adaptable platform. The system features a thermonuclear warhead with adjustable yield between 0.3 and 50 kilotons, allowing commanders to calibrate devastation from a fraction of the Hiroshima bomb to nearly 4 times its power. The true revolution lies in its inertial guidance system and tail kit with aerodynamic control, transforming a gravity bomb into a precision weapon with a circular error probable of less than 30 meters. Weighing approximately 350 kilograms and measuring 3.6 meters, the B61-12 can be carried by multiple platforms, from the stealthy F-35 Lightning II to the strategic B-2 Spirit bomber. The munition is designed for subsurface penetration, capable of destroying hardened bunkers before nuclear detonation. With an estimated cost of $28 million per unit and a total program cost of $11 billion, it represents one of the most expensive nuclear projects in American history per kilogram of fissile material. The B61-12 establishes a new paradigm in the modern nuclear battlefield. Surgical precision combined with adjustable devastation, designed to remain in the American arsenal until at least 2040. Castle Bravo, March 1954. What should have been a 6-megaton test turned into America's greatest nuclear catastrophe. The first U.S. thermonuclear bomb, based on dry lithium deuteride fuel, detonated with 15 megatons, 2.5 times beyond predictions. The error? Scientists underestimated the reaction of the lithium-7 isotope, calculating it would be inert. It wasn't. Located at Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands, Castle Bravo instantly vaporized 3 entire islands and created a crater 2 kilometers in diameter and 80 meters deep. The fireball reached 7 kilometers high. The cloud? 40 kilometers. Worse still, radioactive fallout contaminated 18,000 square kilometers of ocean. The Japanese fishing boat Daigo Fukuri Maru, 130 kilometers from the epicenter, had its entire crew severely irradiated, with 1 fatality. We hastily evacuated the islanders of Rongelap and Utirik, but too late. For decades they suffered cancer, birth defects, and trauma. Castle Bravo forever changed public perception of nuclear tests and helped fuel the global anti-nuclear movement. It was the moment humanity realized that even the creators of these weapons didn't fully control their power. W-80 Cruise Missile Warhead. The small warhead that gives air forces stealthy, precision nuclear capability. Developed by Sandia Laboratories in the late 1972s, the W-80 is a 2-stage thermonuclear weapon with variable yield from 5 to 150 kilotons, approximately 10 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb at its maximum setting. Specifically designed for cruise missiles, its aerodynamic shape, with a diameter of 27 centimeters and length of 80 centimeters, allows installation on platforms such as the AGM-86 ALCM and the BGM-109 Tomahawk. The W-80 weighs just 130 kilograms, a miniaturization miracle compared to early nuclear weapons that required entire aircraft dedicated to their transport. Equipped with multiple safety systems, including permissive action links and strong link divided by weak link mechanisms, it prevents unauthorized detonation even in severe accidents. Currently, in the W-80-4 LEP variant, it has undergone an extensive life extension program to remain operational until 2050, equipping the new LRSO missile. Interestingly, each W-80 contains only 4 kilograms of fissile material, demonstrating how small amounts of plutonium can generate massive destruction. A single cruise missile armed with a W-80 can navigate below radar for over 2,500 kilometers and destroy strategic targets with metric precision. Throughout the Cold War, no other weapon so efficiently combined discretion, range, and destructive power, transforming any conventional bomber into a strategic nuclear attack platform. Poseidon C3. Submarine to solid ground, 4,000-kilometer range, and your target will never know what hit them. Developed at the height of the Cold War as a replacement for the Polaris system, the Poseidon C3 was the Soviets' nightmare during the 70 seconds and 80 seconds. This submarine-launched ballistic missile, or SLBM in military terminology, represented a decisive evolutionary leap in America's nuclear arsenal, carrying up to 14 independent nuclear warheads, each with 50 kilotons of explosive power, more than 3 times the Hiroshima bomb. A single Poseidon could completely devastate multiple cities. During my years in the Navy, we observed with almost religious respect these missiles being loaded onto Lafayette-class submarines. Weighing 29 tons and measuring nearly 10 meters, The Poseidon was propelled by solid fuel, no need for refueling before launch, always ready to fire. The accuracy? Impressive. It could hit targets thousands of kilometers away with a deviation of only a few hundred meters. When in service, the American fleet maintained 496 Poseidon missiles on 31 submarines, each one invisible to the enemy, silently navigating the ocean depths, ready to respond to any attack with apocalyptic force. This is the true power of nuclear deterrence, the absolute certainty of mutual destruction. The Poseidon was replaced by the Trident in the 1980 seconds, but its legacy as a guarantor of nuclear peace remains. Ironically, a weapon designed to kill millions was never used in combat, and this, perhaps, is its greatest success. Mk-54 SADM, a portable nuclear weapon, literally an atomic bomb in a backpack. Developed in the 1960 seconds as part of the Special Atomic Demolition Munitions Program, the SADM was designed for a single mission: tactical destruction of critical infrastructure in hostile territory. Weighing just 68 pounds and the size of a large suitcase, this weapon could be transported by a single Special Forces soldier. What made it truly remarkable was its destructive capability in such a compact package. With adjustable yield between 10 tons and 1 kiloton of TNT, it was powerful enough to obliterate bridges, dams, tunnels, or enemy bases. Think about this. One man carrying the equivalent of 1,000 tons of conventional explosives on his back. During the Cold War, Navy diving teams and Army Special Operations units were trained to deploy these weapons on suicide missions behind enemy lines. The operator needed to set up the bomb, and would then have only minutes to attempt escape before detonation. SADMs were part of the American arsenal for almost 3 decades before being officially retired in 1989. A rarely mentioned aspect is that these weapons were designed with advanced safety locks, but still posed a significant risk of capture. Their existence exemplifies Cold War military thinking, the miniaturization of apocalypse for tactical use, a device that blurred the line between conventional and strategic weapons, transforming any battlefield into a potential nuclear target. In the next episode, Operation Crossroads Baker, a 21 kiloton underwater detonation that forever changed naval warfare doctrine. On the 25th of July, 1946,